getting ready to start the races here again today. We're going to have some final matches today in all three categories. We have categories for NPC motors, which are running the NPC 2212 motors, which is a very heavy-duty motor. We also have people running scooter motors, where they've just taken motors out of scooters and put them into their droids. We've also got a home-built category. The home-built category can have any kind of motor, as long as it fits within the foot shell or the foot shell and the battery boxes, to right down inside the feet on the droid. And so those can have any kind of motor at all, depending on the builder. All of the droids have been built using aluminum, styrene, fiberglass, wood, resin, a whole array of materials. Whatever the builder's comfortable with is usually what they'll use for their droid. And there's a lot of trading of parts. When people make parts, sometimes they'll make a mold and cast it up and share with some of the other builders. All of the droids that you see today have been hand-built by usually the drivers or someone very close to the driver. So we've got a couple of droids that do the 232 transition. Some of the droids have got a periscope or a life form scanner that'll pop out of the dome. Others will have a probe that comes out of the front. These are things that the ILM droids weren't able to do. They typically had specific droids for each task that they would film. So it's a real testament to some of the talent of the builders that they've been able to get all of that into the compact space. And I'm just going to talk a little more to eat up some time while Mike Senna lets some of the children drive his droid here. He's been going all the way around to allow the children to drive his pink R5. Very generous of Mike, since they could run it right into another child or a wall or something. Mike is the nervous one over there in the white shirt. Can we give him a hand for sharing his droid with all the children here today? Mike's also one of the favorite drivers. He's done very well so far in the standings. Okay, we've got some droid smack talk already starting, but we're ready to begin the first race. Okay, resuming our races today, I'm going to have a little helper here. Brenna Tracy is going to come up. She's going to hit the button for the tree for me today. That'll be my guest star for the day. Please don't knock over the barriers. We can't have any more children coming up for safety reasons. Brenda's going to give me a hand, though, with this first race. This is the scooter category. Droids that have taken the drives from scooters. Lane number 1, we have Greg Tracy. Yeah, make that lane number 2. We have Greg Tracy driving R2-D2. Greg has a record of 2-1, 2 wins and 1 loss. All right, we're going to need another helper to come up real quick and be the one that waves the flag for the winner. Wayne Orr is going to pick out a child right now out of the crowd. Get somebody else up here to help us wave this flag when the winners come up. Looks like Wayne's picked somebody.
What's your name?
Greg Tracy will be racing today against Gary Companion. We just call him Gary. We've got Zachary up here to help us out in his Clone Wars outfit. Thank you, Zachary. Zachary's going to wave the flag at the winners as they come across the line. Gary's also got a record today of 1-1. 1 win, 1 loss. So we're about ready to start. Gentlemen, are you both ready? Droids are behind the lines. R2-D2 versus R2-D2. Okay, gentlemen, watch the tree, please. And they're off. Coming out in a dead heat. Here we go. Neck and neck around the first turn. Navigating that first S is actually very tricky. These guys make it look easy. They're both on the first straightaway. Gary's just making the hairpin turn, slightly behind Greg. Greg heading over here into the S turns. Gary's right behind him. Both R2-D2s doing very well. Gary's Gary's having a little trouble over the lines. Watch those cones. Uh-oh, I think that's going to cost Gary the race. Greg Tracy driving very smoothly, already on the back stretch. Gary's having a little bit of trouble with R2 over there. He's back on track, and here comes Greg Tracy all the way down the home stretch for the win. It's R2D2 and Greg Tracy. Okay, so Greg Tracy for the win. That gives Greg a record now of 3 wins and 1 loss. That puts him in a very good standing in the scooter category. Here comes Gary down the home stretch now. Beautiful finish. Any droid that can make it all the way through the course, we're very happy with. Good job, Gary. Okay, we got the drivers lining up for the next race. Okay, lane number 1, we have Jeff Bixby. I'm sorry, we have Todd Bixby. Sorry, Todd. That's what I get for looking at the paper instead of at the person. We've also got Carrie and Jacob helping us right now. Wave the flag for the finishing line. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, thumbs on your joysticks. Watch the tree. Off to a very fast start. Alex with that maneuverable little mini droid is already on the first straightaway. Here comes Todd right behind him into the first hairpin turn. It's a very maneuverable R5 coming into the S-turns already just slightly ahead of Todd's R2D2. Both drivers moving very well, very smoothly through the cones. It's much harder than it looks. Alex with his small R5 slightly ahead of Todd. Todd's just making the last turns onto the back straightaway.